What are mobile or cell phones? One might say they are wireless phones that allow us to make phone calls. While this is true, they have become much more than that, integrated into our everyday lives even. According to the CTIA, which is the International Wireless Association, 82% of Americans owned cell phones in 2007. In the first quarter of 2008, nearly 31 million cell phones were sold, and this was considered a down quarter because of the economy. More homes have only a cell phone than homes with only a landline. 1 in 5 homes with a cell phone have no landline. So not only is telephone communication at home without the traditional landline a possibility that did not exist 15 or 20 years ago, it is reality that is becoming more and more common.
Let's take a look at some of the devices now. These are some of my phones from the last 10 years or so. Each one introduced a new feature as well as a functioning as a phone, of course. This one here is one of the first phones to use SMS, and of interesting note there is that phone is from about 1999 or so, I think I got it. And since text messaging wasn't popular at the time, there was no charge for using that capability. This one here uses polyphonic ringtones, which are basically computerized musical notes, and it also uses voice-activated dialing. This one here plays MP3 ringtones, as well as allowing downloaded games and other applications and internet access. This one introduced the MP3 player, which had the external controls on the outside and accepts external storage up to 4 gigabytes. This one here is a smartphone running a mobile version of Windows, which includes a pocket version of Microsoft Office and also a full QWERTY keyboard. And finally, this one here, which is my current phone, has all the features of the previous ones and adds touchscreen capabilities. There, that's working there. As well as a slide-out keyboard, which you can see there. And it also has GPS access.
How do these devices work? Time doesn't allow us to get too overly involved in technical details, but a cell phone is simply a phone for radio, much like the cordless phones we use at home for landlines or phones with radios. Just cell phones have more powerful radios. Cellular towers, also called cells or towers, connect the phones to the mobile network through a number of different channels which are used to make the calls. There's a limited amount of channels per tower, and that varies depending on the type of technology used. Each tower has a base station, and the phones themselves have a control channel, which is a special frequency channel that they use to communicate with the base station, things about the home network, what frequency and channel to communicate on, and its location so the phone can make and receive calls, as well as what to know when to switch channels. Again, keeping it simple, each tower has about a 10-mile range, and as you move into the range of one tower and out of the range of another, the phone receives a special transmission on the control channel to tell it to change channels to the channel of the new tower, and that's what allows the call to continue without being disconnected. And when entering a new area where there is no tower to pick up the call, or where there's no cellular coverage, that's when you have the instance which is known as a dead spot or a drop call.
My name is Dwayne Hall. Cell phone usage in the United States has increased from 35 million to 203 million in the last 10 years. There are estimated about 2 billion cell phones worldwide, which means about 4.5 billion people are without cell phones. Over the next 5 years and beyond, Asia will account for half of the world's mobile subscribers and half the headset sales. According to CNR research, 22% of young children own a cell phone between ages 6 through 9, 60% between ages 10 through 14, 85% of ages 15 through 18. According to MIT's 2000 Invention Index, on January 21st, 2004, nearly 1 in 3 adults say cell phones is the invention they mostly hate but cannot live without. In a study of 289,000 teenagers, age ranging between 13 through 19 across the U.S., MIT found 47% of the teens say their social life would end or worsen if something happened to their cell phone, and almost 57% credit their mobile devices with improvement their life, according to the survey from CTIA and Harrison Interactive. Studies confirm texting is replacing talking amongst teens, which teens are admitting to spending almost an equal amount of time talking as they do texting each month. USA Today has an article, Teens Talking with Cell Phone Marketing. Juniper Research performed a survey for teens with cell phones. Teens are most likely to use cell phones for texting and other non-voice applications. 17% of teens use cell phones for voice only. 35% of adults who use cell phones for voice only. In conclusion, according around the world, teenagers are the ones advertisers are focused to drive their sales on, and also the ones developers want to know how can they improve their phones to be more trendy. This will give programmers more reason to put more flashier GUIs, since the cell phone market is mostly targeted to teenagers.
Faso tɛ se jɔla den kɔ, faso kanu